Welcome to the Web3 Writers, the place where blockchain and writing intersect with writers and readers. The Web3 Writers is brought to you by Vagabond Magazine and published on Apple Podcasts through the Substack app. You can find all the episodes on Apple Podcasts or at vagabond, vagobond.substack.com. Our theme music is composed by the amazingly talented Paolo Argento and brought to us courtesy of Pixabay. You can find the link in the show notes.
Welcome to Web3 Writers. I'm Zeno Domicio. I'm your host for Web3 Writers, joined by my co-host, Riona Morgan. I see that we've got Edward Carpenter popping in and out of the audience a little bit. We're also up here on the stage. We have T. Dylan Daniel, we've got Sean, we've got Block, we've got our friend George, Odd Writings, who we all love his asymmetrical, symmetrical poetry. Wait, palindrome poetry. Asymmetrical, symmetrical might work. Hopefully we can get indefatigable up here. We're going to get Edward Carpenter and a few others. This is a conversation about the place where Web3 and writing intersect, or blockchain and writing, however it may be. So we're happy to have you all here. It's a very funny thing to do. Riona, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm so happy to see everyone and that everyone has come to join us today. So by way of introduction, my name's Riona Morgan. I am editor-in-chief of Vagabond Magazine, and I am also head of community at PageDAO. And so between those two platforms, we have the bulk of Web3 writers in our life, and we're so happy that you're with us, and we're so happy you've come to join us. And so please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and if you are interested in writing some things for Vagabond Magazine, just send me a DM and we can get something going. And if you're interested in being part of the PageDAO and seeing what we're doing there and all of the things that we're building, I would love to talk to you about that. But T. Dylan Daniel, I might pass the mic to you to have you talk a little bit about what PageDAO is like. And then when it comes back to me, I'll spend a little bit of time and talk about Vagabond Magazine. But Dylan, you take it away.
All right. So you want to hear about what PageDAO's like, huh? Just in general, or are we talking like current events? What's my goal more specifically, Rihanna? If you don't mind me asking, I'm sorry.
No, of course. And so basically, what is our vision and maybe where we are on the path?
Okay. Well, the vision is pretty expansive. The idea is that we want to create a Web3 Library of Alexandria for all of the written stuff. So everything from books and poems to websites, short stories, novels, science, whole nine. And so this is quite the expansive vision. We're on about year 4 of R&D. And where we are on the path is just before the inflection point, I believe. So to say just a hair more about that, we released our first piece of beta technology in December 2021, Christmas Day to be precise. That's still known as README Books, and I still think it is still the most decentralized way to put a book on the blockchain. So where we're at now is it's several years later. We've been reading, writing, researching, building community, designing a token, and executing all of this high-level technology strategy. And now here we are, about ready to, kind of put it out there and see what happens, with full release number 1, so to speak. So we're all working hard behind the scenes on that. We're partnering with orgs all over Web3. If you're a writer, come talk to us. If you're a Web3 publishing org, come talk to us. We've launched a lot of tokens this year to make up for the fact that we didn't do that the past few years. So we've got some page tokens to grant. Page tokens are also doing very well on Osmosis. So we're really happy to see that. And then we've got the governance side of things that you can participate in by staking these tokens. So basically, that's the page token, and that is sort of the on-chain footprint of the page. We're on about 15 blockchains today, including Arbitrum, Optimism, Osmosis, Ethereum, and Polygon, most notably. How did I do, Rihanna?
Amazing. So, and I love that we're almost at the point to press the go button. Like, I feel the energy and I'm so excited about it. And I know that Indy, if he were up on the stage, he'd be able to be smiling and cheering about it too. And Cryptoversal Books, as part of the core team there at Paged Out. And so I'm just so proud of us and so excited and so happy to be part of this community with all of you. And so I said when the mic came back to me, I would talk a little bit about Vagabond Magazine. And so CD definitely should jump in and talk about Vagabond Magazine. He's the publisher, with Vagabond Media. And the magazine really is a place where we highlight the Web3 lifestyle and anything and everything that entails. And so we have fashion, we have art, we have writing, we have parenting, we don't have cooking yet, but we should definitely bring that in. Definitely bring that in. So if you're interested and you've got something that you would like to have published with Vagabond Magazine, we're focusing a lot this year on getting things out. We've got something that you would like to have published with Vagabond Magazine. We're focusing a lot this year on getting things out on Substack, and we have a very big following there. And then maybe doing quarterly publications throughout the year. And so, yeah. And if you have some advertising dollars, we would love to be able to do that with you as well. So just jump into DM and let me know if you're interested, and we'll talk about that. But there's just so many opportunities for writers in the space, and we want to make sure that you're involved in all of that. So CD, I'll pass the mic back to you.
Thanks, Riona. You know what? I love hearing this top level introduction to Paged Out, top level introduction to Vagabond Magazine. The whole point of Vagabond Magazine is to support writers, that we can make Vagabond Magazine reach as many people as possible. As many people as possible can see it. It's not always as many as we'd like, but we're getting there slowly but surely, step by step. In Morocco, they have a beautiful phrase. It's drip by drip, the river fills. And that's the way that we've been doing it. So we've been creating this platform, creating this community, and we want you to be a part of it. If you're a writer, if you're a creative, if you're someone who has a voice that you want to be heard in the Web3 space, come check us out. Get into our Discord, follow us on socials. And by the way, if you're in this space, I think everybody that's in this space with us deserves to be followed. And I will point out that X just did it again. They made my personal profile, which is CD, they made it invisible for a while. I had to actually drop out of the space and come back in to make my profile visible, even at being a speaker on the stage, which is just ridiculous. So anyway, that's a different subject, but I see a lot of new people here. When I look, I see that we have a lot of people who aren't showing up on I look at both my phone and also at my desktop, and the desktop shows a bunch of people that the phone doesn't show, and the phone shows a bunch of people that the desktop doesn't show. So we know you're here. Thank you for coming. If you have something to say and to share, request to come up on the stage, and that way we'll actually see you. I think the requests actually do come through. Julian, I see we got you up on the stage. How are you?
Hey, thank you. I'm doing well. I don't know. I didn't know I was exactly on the stage, but thank you. I just wanted to humbly introduce myself, and just say what I'm working on, and just to say, like, don't to not think too far into it. Like, I really am. I'm super about teamwork. I'm a writer of, of course, but I'm also a designer, and I'm focusing on building. I went to school for architecture, and I'm focusing on building the presidential library, because I think that that's the key to. Let me dial it back a little bit. I discovered you by watching an NYC NFT video on YouTube, and I saw the description the moment where you were like, I just want to place a book on the ground and jump into it. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the dream. And I think that I did a lot of studies, and over time I realized that I think that the presidential library would be a really good place to launch something like that. Just because of the amount of gravity associated with it. And so I made it my like a really long term mission in order to get a book into there and to make the presidential library in like virtual reality, because I thought that was the key. So basically, long story short, I had been writing poetry for a while on a viral Tumblr for a while, and there were people like stealing poetry and copying and plagiarizing, but it's not that big of a deal. I just knew that I would accumulate it all into one collection one day. And so I think that for me, one of the best AIs possible would be one that spots plagiarism from like writers on the internet, because I think all of you know probably that if you were to post something viral or something, like it wouldn't be too long before somebody has reworded it or said it differently or whatever, and it goes like viral or something. And that's what I saw on Tumblr. It was really ridiculous, and I was like, okay, something has to be done about this. And so I made it a long-term plan to like work on that. And then I designed an allegory, which was also a logo, and I made a bet that $1 billion company would steal the logo, and they did. And it was cool because the bet was that this would happen, and I used it to quantify making digital land. So I'm going to launch digital land based off the value of the logo that they stole, and I have like kind of all the proof added up. So I just want to literally, as humbly as possible, tell you about what I'm doing and why, and really just get into the educational virtual reality and the future of it. And really thank you all for really spearheading and being where you are, because it's really lonely out here being a writer in the world where there's so many other entertainment options. But I really think that we're going to excel in the next Web3, because everything is built off of writing. Movies are built off of writing. You have songs built off of writing. So if we can really get that core, the seed really guarded of the writing itself, then I think that, and we proliferate the value through the rest of its lifetime, I think that we as writers will really start to be really recognized for our value that we bring in society. So thank you so much for what you're doing, and literally I'm super down to earth. I understand I just said a lot, but I'm a really chill person. I just want to be honest about it. So thank you.
Julian, we
Hey, welcome
love
to the
having
page,
you
Joe.
here. Yeah, for sure. Welcome to the VM family also. I put an introduction to the Paged Out Discord. If you guys are in the space, join the VM Discord or the VM Discord. Also, we need to put one to the Paged Out Discord in there too. If someone can put that in the chat, join VM, join Paged Out, get in these communities, because we're all about you. And Julian, I love what you're saying, what you're doing. The idea of using the presidential library as a vehicle to create that immersive book. Wow, that's awesome. Odd Writings, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Julian, about plagiarism, I put in I can't put anything in the nest because there's an emulator I'm using, but that's beside the point. Instead, I put it in the chat window. There's a link to a podcast that I listened to. Oh, is he gone? Oh, no, there you are. Yeah, I put a link to the podcast of just a few days ago, or maybe just yesterday, and it was dedicated to plagiarism. It's by the editor of Rattle magazine. And I'm friends with him, and we do many things together. And in any case, take a listen to that, because it's right now it's top of mind. Your idea of using AI to spot plagiarism is good. I've been thinking of the same thing, because there's going to be some issues about, say you have a poem. That poem it could be in literary form. It could also be on a graphic, and it could also be an audio, like spoken word. So the AI would have to be able to figure out, actually be able to identify the quality of those things. Anyways, I'll stop. I'll just take a look at that link. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. So where is it? Is it on your Twitter or X?
It's on I put it in the chat for this, for Twitter for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, CD.
I'm learning how to use it, so thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if CD. Maybe you can put it in the Nest, or somebody could, because I don't have the ability. I'm using an emulator, and it won't let me do it.
Riona just put it up there for you.
Awesome, I see it now. Thank you so much.
Hey, so
And
that's what we do. We support and love each other. And Julian, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's partial AI, but partial reporting, to the point to where if you were to see a poem or see some piece of media that reminds you of something else, it's just that you would attach or a link to that original piece of media, and so other people could see it, so that when the I guess the plagiarized version goes viral, it's literally attached to a dated a previous I guess the previous text, or the previous media that was based off of. So it's a mixture of AI and self-reporting. I had to think about it, because I realized, I was like, there's a lot of the people that were plagiarizing online. I realized they're really, to be honest, they're just beginner writers, and they just, they're inspired and they don't know what to do, and I guess they're trying to gain followers. So, and for me, I can't read a lot of writing before I'm about to write, because I'll end up writing like that writer. So I have to I have to actually detox from reading when I'm about to write. And I just, I empathize with the young writers, but I was like, you know what, this isn't going to get you what you think is not going to get you far. But I do want to improve the overall field of writing, and I'll definitely look into that. Anyone can ask me questions later. I don't want to overshadow anything that's going on here. So if I'm definitely going to look into Page Down. I followed everybody, just like CD said. So I'm definitely with it, and I'm more than happy to support anything that anyone else is doing.
Amazing. And I realized something. Block, we didn't really give you a chance to introduce yourself before, and I want to give you the chance to introduce yourself and tell us about what you're doing, because your profile looks awesome, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm Block. I make comic books. I'm in Web3, so like that's kind of the comics that I like to do. Like I posted one like on my pinned tweet on my pages, on my profile is it's about DeFi apes. It's a collection, but it's the book itself. Yes, it is. It's definitely she's funny. But
She sounds
it's basically
beautiful.
about DeFi and like teaching people how to like what DeFi is, not like the boring stuff. Like, because obviously DeFi, you have to actually have a passion for it to like know what it is or whatever. But just kind of like decentralized systems and that kind of stuff is what it's about. So yeah, that's kind of me. I'm a writer. I've been running an art studio for the past, it's 2020, 14 years now. So that's kind of what I've been doing, just to kind of make money and stuff. But after coming to Web3, I've started, I don't know, man, it's like, I don't know. It's like when you have a friend and then like, you kind of like things get stale a little bit. And then I came to Web3 and that friend came back and it was like nothing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it was night and day basically. So I've been writing a lot more recently since coming to Web3. People love the art a lot more than in any other aspect or any other arena that we've been in. So it's just been fun. We've been making jewelry based on our comics. We've been making toys and stuff like that based on our comics. And it all started with, my scripts, me and my script. I write everything that our studio produces. So I try to stay busy, but yeah, that's me. That's my introduction. I appreciate you for letting me.
It's awesome. Yeah, I love love your art, and just giving it a quick look while we're doing everything else. And really glad to have you here. Glad you joined us today. Hope you stick around and become part of the family, because we've got a great family here with the Page Dow Vagabond Magazine, Vagabond Media family, as well as lots of other friends along the way. Also, I see Colin the Crypto Cat has joined us. Is that right? Crypto Cat? Crypto Ocelot, sorry. It's been a while, man. We'll get you up on the stage if we can.
Oh my gosh, I just want to jump in and say I am beaming. I am so excited about the new people that we have met. and I cannot wait. Please do join in on the Discords. Please come find us. Please be involved, because your talent, your passion, your richness, all of this, we are so excited to have this, and so welcome. Hello.
And one good reason too is we don't know when Elon Musk or the board of X or whatever is going to pull the plug on everything that we do here. It seems like that may happen at some point, or maybe it's all just going to crash. But we do have the Discord as a backup, and we do want to start running more spaces in our Discord, in the VM Discord. And also, we're exploring alternative places like Farcaster. So you may see my invite up in the nest or in the comments. Follow that invite, join, and get in the VM Discord. And that way, when we have these spaces and we don't have them on X, you can be a part of them. We want you to be there. Okay, so that's the reason why all that stuff is there. Want to shout out hi to Crap God. We're really glad to have you here. Glad to have Authored Style back in the house. Hopefully, we can get you up on the stage a little bit. And I'm going to shut off my mic and let somebody else talk now.
Yo, shout out to Crap God. He's part of the hoodie gang. That's my collection. Shout out to him.
You know what's really funny is I've got a good friend, Isaac Holden, who's like this most amazing bass player in the world, right? If you're the most amazing guitarist in the world, everybody knows you. If you're the most amazing bass player, you like live in your mom's basement. But anyway, Isaac Holden is also a big fan of Weird Al Yankovic and Eminem. So he did a like what Weird Al would have done with Rap God, and he called it Crap God, and he made this whole video. If you search for it on YouTube, you can find it. It's just absolutely hilarious and amazing. It's Crap God, and I recommend you find it.
I'm definitely gonna look for that now. As soon as the space is over, I'm going to YouTube.
I can say something real quick about Mirror XYZ. I discovered just a couple days ago that they have started a like an incentive kind of a program, which they didn't before, where you write your post. If you publish it as an NFT as a free one, then you can specify that you will get as the creator a certain percentage. Then the first collector, actually pays the gas fees, and then anybody else that then collects the NFT for free, they pay a small platform fee, and that fee goes to the first collector as well as to the creator. So it's kind of an interesting mix. I thought I'd throw it out there because I just discovered it by accident. I can't hear anything. Is anybody talking?
So George, the last thing that I heard you say was talking about Mirror, and so as far as I know, I think we're all good still. I think we're all good here. Yeah, good. Okay. So I know that we've got about 5 minutes left here, and I think it would be really fun. And I know that some of us sort of talked about the different genre that we write when we're giving introductions, but it might be fun to do a speed round also to talk about the genres that we each write, and maybe what our current work in progress is, or what the main thing is. Like when you set this down, after you look up all the crazy stuff on YouTube, like when you pick up your pen, what are you going to start working on? Just so that we can cheer for each other and let each other know this is what we're working on. So let's see. Odd Writings, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll just say real quick that I'm working the book I'm currently working on is My Cat Breaks into Vowels, and that'll take a while to get out, but that's what I'm currently working on. I just got to mess it out there. I noticed we have a new speaker, Colin, the crypto something or other.
Crypto Ocelot.
Sorry, guys, I'm just in the middle outside smoking, so give me a couple of minutes and I'll be able to talk properly then.
We're going to end the space in 3 minutes, Colin. We're sorry.
I'm sorry. It's my bad timing, not you guys.
But we love hearing your voice. Love having you back in the space, man. And I just want to say that I did put that Crap God video up in the nest and in the comments. So if you guys want to check it out, I highly recommend you check it out.
I don't know what you're talking about. I hope I'm not in trouble again.
You're in trouble, sir. You're in trouble.
Half of the course these days, I'm used to that.
Riona, could you please repeat your question?
Oh, sure. So my question is, when we're finished with this space, what project are you going to pick up? Like, what are you working on? What is your current work in progress?
Well, I've been working with Whitney Morgan Media on a release that we're going to do called The Keys to the Riyadh, which is a book that I wrote while I was living in Morocco. And I cannot wait to see how that goes. It's going to be amazing. But we've been doing some work on the cover and also some drafting and a little bit of stuff like that. So that's what I am going to be working on most likely.
Right, sorry, I'm out. I'm back in from the rain. So my work in progress piece is family estrangement. As it's 17 years now since I last saw my dad. It's not that long for my mum or my brother, but it's not really a subject that's written about much.
True, man. Difficult one.
Well, the hard bit is there's points where it just descends into a rant, and that's no good for a reader. And you've got to kind of be able to recognise where you've put too much emotion in, and that's kind of where it's sitting at the moment. So I need to kind of neutralise it a little bit.
Do you know, I had a similar situation writing I Watch recently. There was multiple times, which, was very personal story. There's multiple times that it really, I was emotionally invested. And what I found was, and I don't know that this would work for you, but I changed the names of the characters. And by changing the names of the characters, I was able to distance myself a little bit from it and to see those areas that are like you're talking about.
It's a tough. I mean, most of the time I try and write funny stuff because that's what I'm best at. It. I don't know how I discovered this, but we all kind of find our style. But that relies on working with emotion. So I have to occasionally push myself in the other direction to write stuff that I really don't enjoy writing, that isn't designed to make people laugh or smile. And I think it's important to push yourself like that to really change up, not necessarily how you write, but the subjects that you write on.
Truth. Yeah, that's absolutely true. You guys, we would usually wrap up this space right now, but I'm down for hanging out for another 15 minutes if you guys want to do that.
Yeah, I think it would be great to have everybody to be able to walk around and talk about their current work in progress too. So yes, please don't wait. Just go ahead and open your mic and jump in and talk about that.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and go. I'm working on gamifying education, and gamifying the Olympics. I know it sounds like a lot, but I just this has just been a super long term plan since I was little, and I've just kept on writing the entire time. And one of the things by posting online when I knew people would plagiarize some of my work, the thing is like too many people plagiarize it at once, and so it makes everyone else look illegitimate. And so it's kind of like it was like a tactic. I was like, yeah, because I knew I'm going to keep on writing. So I can actually tell you what the logo is. It's really simple, but here's the thing: if it already existed, it would be an emoji. That's the thing. Like you have to think like that. If this already existed, you would know about it. So it's just a heart with a U in it, and it means love you. It's literally that simple. And to translate it over to virtual reality or photography, which is another thing I do, you can say love and then VIEW, which of course means the view or the sight in front of you. And so I began to write an epic poem about this final view. And in virtual reality, if you think about it, everything is a photograph. If you want to extract anything from virtual reality, you have to do it in photograph form. So it's actually another level of the art form. And if I were to put a heart and a U on different sides of a photograph and were to flip that photograph, then you actually get the same symbol, but instead it's not static anymore, it's a literal video. So I actually make that design, and then I reversed the poem all the way from that point to where the poem's like, no, someone's gonna steal this eventually. I can't even sign my poetry with my signature anymore, and so I'm just gonna write an entire epic poem about that being stolen, and then I'm going to use that to launch the virtual reality platform. So I'll say this finally. I love things like I write poetry in general, and so one of the things I I read was a haiku, and it's just simple, but I love it so much. It's just these words: when you read this, I hope you listen to. And the two can be TOTOO or TWO or the numerical two, and then that goes a little bit into the adventure like Ready Player One story, but it's just two lines and it's a haiku, of course. So it's just the five and the seven is missing in the middle. But it's when you read this, I hope you listen to. And I forgot the Roman numeral I and or for one, and then the Roman numeral two for two. So it's just this extreme ridiculous story that probably just won't be believed until all of it comes together. But that's what I'm doing, and I'm happy to share that with you all. And yeah, like again, I'm super chill, super down to earth. Like I know it's a lot, but I'm like I can't possibly do this without other people influencing me or teaching me along the way or coaching me. So I'm just really regular, but I'm like, if I got one shot, I'm gonna go all out with it. So thank you for what you're already doing. Like I said, I would not even be here if you weren't on stage at NYC NFT, literally talking about it, and I was like, that's it. That's it. These are my people. So thank you for what you're doing.
I gotta say, the NFT NYC was so much fun. Like being on that stage with Riona and Edward Carpenter and Greg Younger. Like, I wish we were doing it again this year. I know the market's changed, and this year I just couldn't swing going to New York at this time. But man, Riona, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun, and we're putting it on the list for next year already. So, yep, let's do it.
Hey, Julian reminded me of a stupid joke that I love that I saw the other day. So somebody has to participate in this with me. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hike.
Hike who?
Unsuspecting son. Dad waiting with bated breath. Sets the perfect trap.
Amazing.
Ridiculous, but wonderful. I need to write my own haiku for it. I just used the one that was written there. But all right, let's hear from some other people what they got going on.
Currently, I'm not really writing anything in particular. I'm always doing something, but I'm not necessarily writing anything like comic wise or in particular. Right now, what I'm working on is, well, I'm kind of looking for clients, so I'm just working on growing my Twitter presence, interacting with as many people as possible. And looking for new clients and stuff like that. Web3 has kind of been like a lifesaver, to be honest, like in
Everyone
the
went
like
shy again,
client
huh?
field. Are you wait what, Colin? Maybe he can't hear me talking, I don't know. But yeah, Web3 has been like kind of like a lifesaver to like our business. So basically, like bringing our art studio to Web3, we've been able to like have, like, at one point we had like 11 clients per month. So it was pretty crazy, and that's never happened for our company. Like, we literally only had like 1 to 2 clients every like month or something like that. Like before we came to Web3, and that was like the 11 clients. That was like during the bull, but I think we're kind of slowly inching forward to another bull run. So hopefully that we can kind of do the same thing. But yeah, that's what all I've really been working on is the main writing I've been doing has been on Twitter, unfortunately. But I mean, it's still fun. Like, I'm still like working on stuff like comic wise. But yeah, I'll put some new stuff on my page. I'll probably drop another free comic in like a week or two and pin it again. Those do decent numbers. Like, they do all right. So it's worth it for the engagement. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it.
Well, Riona, what about answering your own question?
Oh my goodness, my own question. So I am the owner and CEO of Whitney Morgan Media, and it's a publishing company, and it really focuses on helping people bridge traditional publishing with digital publishing, so that if someone would like to publish traditionally, they definitely can, but they also have the opportunity to create NFT digital collectibles from whatever it is that they're publishing. And so I'm spending a ton of time doing that and writing content for the website. And I already have so many new clients, so many new writers who are interested, that I'm like, well, okay, so I need to sit down working on my website to help everyone who's interested in all of this. Plus, I am, of course, helping um, write things for and with PageDAO. And I have a practical writer's guide that I am, puttering with here and there, so that I can put in, because I've been in writing such a long time, so that I can put in actual helpful tips and tools. And then, of course, I love Vagabond Magazine. And so I have an article that I'd like to have get going with you all here pretty quick. So yes, lots of great things, and I love being a writer full time in Web3. So thank you.
Well, we've got more and more people popping into this space. I see looking at the desktop and looking at the mobile interface. But Block, it looks like the Web3 space has been good for you. It looks like Twitter's been good for you. Have you experienced any of the frustrations that the rest of us have been feeling with the XITTER platform?
Frustrations like what? What kind of frustrations have you guys been going through?
Just like things like posts not getting basically shared with even the people that follow us, and getting rugged from spaces, not showing up in spaces that we jump into, like stuff like that.
Oh my God, bro. I do. Okay, so I'm on my 480, I think 483 is tonight. So every night I do a space, bro. One night. Okay, so it happens
Yeah,
all
so
the time.
I've been
It happens
encountering a
all the
glass
time.
ceiling
I
with
don't think he can hear me. I don't think he can hear me. But yeah, so like every night I do a space, and that's another thing. Yo, I'll start talking, and then someone else will just start talking. Like, bro, you're being rude as hell right now. No, no, no. It's not. He's not rude. He can't hear you. He cannot. He literally can't. The app is messing up. Like, bro, that's the yo. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a you thing. I don't think it's a me thing. I think it's just Elon fired he fired 80 or 90% of Twitter staff, so we're just stuck with it. Like, I don't think they got hired back either. I do not think they got hired back. Yo, one time I opened a space, and dude, I opened a space on this account, on my alt account, on a third person that's not attributed to me at all. A third person, one of my co-hosts opened the space. No, on all three of those spaces, nobody could hear unless they requested to speak. You had to request to speak to be able to hear people speak. Like, you can't just be in list. So yeah, dude, I've been suspended before. I've had my account suspended, restricted. I think everybody gets restrictions though. But yeah, I've had my account suspended. Um, it's just there's a lot, bro. Like, I think it's just like it is what it is. And Twitter, hold on, baby, hold on. Twitter being what it is right now, like the fact that they literally just they just don't have people. Like, they literally just do not have people. So that's just gonna be one of relax. That's just gonna be one of the things that we have to deal with. Like, I guess, until he decides to fix it, that's pretty much, yeah, dude. I've definitely dealt with it, and this is since, bro, it hasn't gotten any better since, like, I opened this particular account in May of 22. So it's like, bro, are you kidding? Like, when is it gonna get better? It's probably gonna be May of 2027 before it gets perfect. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I think all of us want to grow. I don't like share your, I don't know if I call it cynicism, but maybe pessimism. I don't think I share your pessimism when like you're like, damn, this app is probably gonna rug us like once and for all one day. I don't think it's gonna rug us once and for all one day, but I do get it. Like, I do share your frustration. It's a pain in the ass, bro. It's annoying. It is so, yo, if you want to do a space and you're trying to like prove something to yourself, I'm gonna do this every day to make sure that I hold myself accountable, make sure that I'm doing the same thing, and then the app that you're using is not holding itself accountable. Like, wait a second. I gotta do my space. Like what the hell? Like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. I don't know, man. Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, dude, I've definitely been dealing with Twitter being like underperforming. I perform better than Twitter. I think we all do. We all perform better than Twitter has for the past like year. So whatever.
That's amazing. Yeah, Twitter is definitely an underperformer. And that's the reason why I'm so bullish on Warpcast. Plus, I wish Cryptoversal Books had joined us today because he wrote an amazing piece about how, we did this thing called the Web3 Writers Union with the T2 platform, and we won, and we all got like a little cash dividend of like $250, which was cool. And his almost immediately clicked on a bad link and lost it. But then this is awesome. I'm telling his story for him, but he posted something on, I think on Warpcast, on Farcaster, and he got a tip for it. And the tip was like DGen coin. It was worth like $27. And I think it's gone up to like 2,700, like $3,000 or something like that. So he like recouped his loss. And there's all this amazing stuff going on Farcaster like that, which is why I put that invite code in the nest, that invite link in the nest. Use that. We will get some Farcaster warps you, and I'll get some too. But that's not the important part. The important part is that we can build community in multiple spaces so that we're all there together. That's what we're looking for.
Bro, that's badass. That is such a good story, man. Yeah, dude, it sucks getting scammed. But it's even better because in this particular, like, dude, I don't know any other arena space. I don't know any other place where you can get scammed one day and then that same day or the next day or shortly after, you can not only recoup your funds, but really just blow 100x that. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. Also, getting scammed in the space makes you work that much harder because you know it's possible to get money for not doing a crazy amount of work. I'm from a place where like you really have to work hard. So you really have to work hard to like get anything, like not even a crazy amount of money, just anything. You have to work very hard. You probably have to overwork, right? But here in like Web3, even just crypto Twitter, like not even Web3 necessarily, just crypto Twitter, it's one of those things where if you have a little bit of something, dude, people pay me to tweet now. Like, yeah, will you tweet this for me? Sure. Send me some money, like, and I don't know, bro. Like I never really thought that was possible. I mean, I guess I knew it was possible, but I never thought it was possible for me. And really, all it takes is to like be active. Like literally, if you're active, if you're awake, like I said, I've been up since like 5, 6 a.m. Working on growing my account, and every time I post like an update on my growth, people are interested because like I don't know if it's like a KOL, like key opinion leader. You gotta chill. You gotta relax. I don't know if it's like being a key opinion or key thought leader or key whatever, but like if you can show someone some value, then people will pay for it. They will pay attention to you. They will, all that kind of stuff. So not in like, it's not like that. I don't think on other platforms. It wasn't like that for me on like Facebook. It wasn't like that for me on Instagram. It wasn't like that for me on Snapchat. I've only been able to crack the code on Twitter. So, but yeah, and also that's like partly due to like the influencers that I've learned from along the way. Like we found some really good inspirational, motivational, and knowledgeable guys with big accounts who didn't mind like sharing the wealth and like, hey, here's what you should be doing. I see you really want this, so do this. So yeah, dude, I think sharing wealth of knowledge, I guess, is probably the best way to like grow your account and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I think if you can do it here, you should be able to do it anywhere. I just haven't been able to. I just haven't had time. Like it does take a lot of time. So I think once I actually get my goal, like which my goal is 100. So once I actually reach my, y'all are laughing here or just like whatever. Yeah, once I hit my goal, I'll actually be able to try to take the lessons that I learned here and try to operate on other like social media apps and see if it works just as well. So yeah.
I think time is the big factor that we all have to deal with. And speaking of time, we are going to wrap up this space. Riona, did you have anything else you wanted to throw into the mix before we wrap it up in our traditional manner?
No, I don't. I just want to reiterate this space has been so wonderful and beautiful and beneficial, and I'm so happy to meet all of you, and we will see you next week.
100% we will. Now, Web3 Writers, we always wrap this up. I live in the beautiful state of Hawaii, and when we wrap this space up, we ask everybody that's up on the stage, and we've sent invites to all of you. So if you want to get up there, now's the time. I ask everybody to just open your mic, and at the count of 3, we say aloha, which means hello, it means goodbye, it means love, it means we all breathe the same air, we are one. So invites are out. If you want to get up here and join us, you're welcome to. Otherwise, if you're on the stage, just open up your mic, and at the count of 3, give the world a nice aloha. 1, 2, 3.
Aloha.
Aloha.